Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Sounds like we've got our next king, then.
Might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
They'll be all right, won't they?
That boy is no monster. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Luis! What the hell did he do? Stay safe out there, boy.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. What a terrifying force.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
Woo! We losing.
Why?
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the gauntlet runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince. No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the right here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
It's behind us now.
Nothing will shake me like that again, I swear it. I will never turn from you. And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the gauntlet runner. I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way.
Okay, so I just go? Do I gotta fight stuff here?
Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
That's the when we met?
Are you alright?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Eat, skeet, and bleep. What's going on, brother?
This place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
What the hell is this?
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of Kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcest? No matter.
I'll read that in a
His
second,
Highness
brother.
is in this cave, correct?
Yes.
But you know,
over there.
band is short for fanatics. That's how that works.
What? That...
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. But now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes.
I mean, bad games happen,
It's past the
period,
woods,
during
over
the
there.
course of an
Then we
82
move.
game season. So it's stupid to think that every game was going to be a good one. Like, that's the way it works. You know what I mean?
I don't like this.
In any sport. Yeah, that's just dumb to even go there. Imagine, brother. I mean, everyone is. No one plays perfect games their entire career every game. It doesn't. Look, Jordan had bad games, so okay. He's like everyone's NBA god. Not mine, but everybody else's.
Russell?
Oh, my bad.
My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
No.
Wait a minute, hold on. Am I understanding this right? So he killed himself. I just had to make sure. Yeah, that's so stupid that people even do that.
That can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the
He
Resistance's
didn't kill himself.
numbers,
He jumped in the way of the attack.
only I remain.
Who
I mean,
was responsible for
what I'm
this?
saying is, well, that is him killing himself. That's what I'm saying. He threw his blade, so he sacrificed himself for their protection. Still killed himself. I don't mean like he took his own life. I just meant like, you know, killed himself. Or got, okay, here, let me say it differently. He got himself killed.
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy, twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis. That really is no longer you won't
No,
speak
Chavez.
to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming. Aren't you, love?
Yes, he's my best friend.
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you? 'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
I actually didn't know there was a Kung Fu Panda game, so. Time to go on the inner sanctuary.
I'm a little worried.
So I'm not fighting nothing, I'm
Nearly
just.
time.
What's nearly time? Who is that?
Long have I waited.
Who?
Pardon?
Hey, you.
Let's go.
You must hurry.
Oh my god, who are you?
The time has come. All was for this day. There is still time.
Follow that.
Yes, I'm ready. The anime? Why can I buy items now?
This way.
There he is.
No. Your Highness. Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh? Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Grude.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Grude.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once
Is that a
all was
Timu
quiet.
Tinkerbell?
I
Yes.
don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes, even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother?
No.
The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty.
I know, I'm trying to get metaphor beat, you know?
And so...
Cookie will never recover.
You there, boy. Are you perhaps... no, it can't be.
Can't be what?
And yet...
Is something amiss, milady?
What is going on?
He is one of Gallica's allies.
Hi, Toki.
His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Huh?
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee. Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew.
What the is going on?
I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
This voice.
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light.
Okay.
Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
Okay.
Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Luis, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike.
Okay.
Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
Yes?
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse.
We did.
Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince.
He lies dead before me.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive. So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think, to name but a few. Thy parents, memories of thy youth. Hast thou any recollection of where
Wait, I'm
and
the
how
prince
thy
the whole
youngest
time?
years were spent? Yes, thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I just don't remember.
Then search thy mind.
Well, just
Thou
tell me,
knowest
lady.
the truth in thy heart, surely. Thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas
Search thy
Dcarter
mind.
alone who the resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin.
So
All
the mission
thou
wasn't to
hadst,
me.
all that had been bestowed was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince.
That's why that lady didn't
Thy
recognize me.
memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of
Toki about
his
to
true heart.
destroy you,
the
Jarvis.
memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences, wert to prepare thee for this day. To share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
Wait, so she like split, oh, she had my soul, she somehow created a vessel for it, but then I was still in this other body. Bro, I could just hop bodies? What's going on?
My other self?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced.
Okay.
If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I am the prince.
Well, if you could just create bodies, I can't be killed, then I could just hop from body to body? How did she even
What
make
is
this body?
I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey, what's going on?
What awaits us now?
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world.
Oh, from the book.
In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal.
No, it's a fantasy
began
novel.
with the novel in thy possession.
Who's the voice?
Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh. And
Oh, was
flesh
Magla
coalesced
created?
into form. The form of an elder, as I once was.
Oh, is this my mom talking to me? And that's what I met, Gallica.
The time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
So I was pure Maglia. So she took my soul to save it. I see. Haha, you thought I died, but I am still alive. Hi guys, I'm the prince. Nice to meet you guys, even though I'm the same dude, been traveling with y'all. Now I'm just like, with gray hair now. Bro, what? You're a fresh prince. Ah!
What is this?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance, the boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share
Oh, so she gave me her
past and
memories.
purpose, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
Ah, she psyched you
I never
out.
thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No. But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How do you feel?
I feel fine, I think.
There seems
My voice
to be
different?
No doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within
I
him.
am His Highness.
I need to tell you something. The truth is,
So she just explains everything?
So let me get this straight.
Yes.
You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Correct.
That's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our
Maglia
meeting.
formed and made
What
me.
shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material Magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Dracadios.
a mass of Magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. May as well have been a dragon.
Yes,
No wonder
Jackman,
he awakened
yes.
to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure Magla.
Yeah.
Self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
So I was magic at its highest form, purest
Say
form.
that it was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name. He truly was His Highness all along.
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, my lady.
I mean, I'm right here.
In the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince? Please, please forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you.
Not my
when you needed
king.
me
Whoa!
More. Despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's
Oh, my
in that.
voice did change.
If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
So
This
this is
time,
weird. He has like a different voice
I
now.
will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
Finally, we've done Grius proud.
So Grius died for nothing then because I was here the whole time.
I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed?
That's not really.
My lord.
Captain. Same as always.
No, Your Highness. With all respect, I must object.
You shut your mouth. I'm the
This
prince.
is no time to be thick-headed, my girl. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on
Don't talk to her
bended
like
knee.
that. I'm the
You
prince.
mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Yeah, she's popping off now.
It is. I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
Whoa, real. Hey, how far are you, by the way?
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such
not far at all.
circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world.
That's actually
meeting
true.
Its people, seeing its
That's pretty good,
truths.
Jab Man.
And without him even knowing, magic made it real.
So who's
He's a
more
child
then?
of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became
I know. Oh, you know who more is? Oh, don't
but
tell
a
me.
self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey
So
to
he was
discover
literally a
the
fantasy come to
concept
life.
in all senses.
Like Pinocchio
Wonder
coming
he set
alive.
off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. He was the crown prince
Oh.
himself.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice. Guide him, it
Or
said.
you were on mushrooms.
A voice? Whose?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just...
Correct.
happened, right?
Yeah, they
I
don't know how
should
to
have known
explain.
you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too.
Hopefully you can, brother.
Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruaday mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
Mi madre.
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of someone not unlike these grounds.
Does this mean that we've been guided as
Good.
well?
I hope you get it
Perhaps
legal, bro.
someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Chiefess Gruaday, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
Oh, this is just like a yap fest. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this. Wait, why can't I buy items right now? Wait,
What now?
Now what?
What you got for sale, bro? Hold up. Let me go use the bathroom because I gotta pee. This was a lot going on. Not very bad. Alright, let's go find out what we need to find out.
No, it's you!
Inner Sanctum time.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones.
Okay.
It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words...
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
So this is just like an info dump, huh?
One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today,
magic.
Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on?
Oh, I could tell you.
By division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness.
Oh, that's like us today.
They tried to destroy something invisible. And destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant
so that's why we look
centuries.
different.
You understand now, yes. We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
It beggars belief. It is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
Oh, so the Elder are just the remaining humans.
The old world couldn't control its magic. And... wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed. But its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people.
Yes.
To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
Got it.
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
Okay.
And besides,
wait, I just unlocked something? Yo, what's this? Ultimate form. I don't know what this is. This is like a king or something? Gotta rip my heart out? Hey, new class, Prince.
let's fight.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect.
Oh yeah, she makes her own path now.
Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here.
Okay, his voice is the same. It just sounded different at first.
Well, we're past the worst of it.
When am I gonna get this Bond 8, bro?
Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
He can't.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a
Don't worry
snarl
about
beyond
it.
control.
We're good.
This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village.
He's a
His
human.
knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts.
They're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, the name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait, what about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw. Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from their hearts.
Okay, that makes
Without the
sense.
willpower to face your fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge, even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
Hold up. Give me a second. Give me a second. Alright, so... Where's the prince thing at? Where's that at? Hold up. How do I equip the prince thing, bruh? Why am I still a mage? Where is it at? That's berserk. Where's prince? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. I So I need to get you a better weapon, bro, or what's going on?
What now?
What skills do you have? Wait, so are you like physical now, or are you magic? Because I mean, I took all this time to get your magic up, bro. Wait, Jammin, is this a magic class or is this an attack class? For a long time I didn't play this whole game, build up all your MP. I'm not even gonna for you for this not to be what I wanted it. Man, that's gonna piss me off. Oh, let's just Google. Oh, well, you just have to use synthesis skills with it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. As long as the fact is that he has magic, that's all I care about.
No.
Well, one of the, but the stats have to matter, right? Like, so this is what I mean. So, for example, oh look, it's almost full. It has to use one of its stuff, right? Oh look, light, so that's magic on its own. But it uses the so when you do this, it uses the highest of whatever stat it is, right? So if for example, if you use Sable Dance, it's going to use whatever's higher amongst whoever has the higher, whatchamacallit. Oh, I'm almost at 100. So the fact is he can use these is fine. Oh, hold on. You guys, we're about to cap out magic real quick. Hey, I'm about to level this. I can't wait.
Ready?
Well, why this matters for me is because there's a super boss that I'm gonna do. I know that because in New Game Plus there's a super boss. I'm gonna zoom through the game again. So I need to make sure I understand how the system works for the super boss.
Ready?
Stop!
You. Zorba. So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend.
His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse.
And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him.
Okay.
Let's put our power on full display.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Okay.
All right, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
Maybe not. I'm all prepared.
I'm counting on you.
Fire!
You'd face me! How about this?
I shall vanquish evil. After me! No holding back!
Super Saiyan. Haha, yeah. I thought that was funny. You gonna heal?
Healed.
Oh no.
Do something about those apples.
Didn't I already fight a boss like this before?
Let me handle those apples.
Sure.
All right, leave it to me. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
Take my fullest power. After you.
It's okay.
Dang it! That's not what I wanted to do.
Coordination is key!
Let's do this!
Oh, that's steel.
I'll take this. Sorry.
Ooh.
Treasure?
Now, I shall vanquish evil. That's impossible!
It didn't affect them.
Trivial.
I am so scared.
Please go right ahead.
Let's set it up.
Well. Oh. The fight's over. That was hard. That was a challenging fight. I was... Ooh, Wind God's Gale. Nice.
A halfway decent
I was
result.
challenged. That was a challenging encounter.
Ah, I didn't know I had it in me.
He's perfect. What do you mean?
The bastard got away.
What do you
say? You chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe.
How can I look, there was not my fault they were giving me all that XP.
Taking these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible, but don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe.
Look, there's no guide that says that you need to be at this level.
Going according to plan.
If I get XP, I usually level in a place until they give me like 1 XP. Then once they give me 1 XP, I move on.
Will not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a...
Time out.
Soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both. Heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice.
It's about to be.
That, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in.
I'm just
All the
saying,
more
that's
reason we
how I
can't
see
turn
it.
from this.
Right.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the gauntlet runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time.
All right, hopefully by the next time I stream, I'm like
I
level
can't believe
80.
We've only just met.
Level 90 if I really push it.
The beginning of my journey may have been a false memery. But my
99's the
journey
goal,
with
though.
you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself.
It was usually over the
I'm
weekend I
glad
get
we're
at least like
working
10 levels, right? So I should be level like mid 80s.
Stay beside me forever.
Well, when you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
The mystical fairy, Gallica.
Really? I get Prince, but then she's gonna upgrade my mage?
Your tempered
Whatever.
bond has become a fire-forged
Maybe
trust.
I'll make Euphia.
Thus,
That's so
a
stupid.
new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna...
Warlock? What?
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head. By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
But I want a mage, but it doesn't make sense to take him off his main class. I mean, I'm gonna still be a mage to master it.
The last chapter.
It probably has some good magic buffs in it.
It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
You never will.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village, but little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power.
His will was broken in my name as well.
I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Right.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was...
myself.
Well, yourself. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
Oh, gonna go visit more. Every time I wipe, I see shit. Wait, what?
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times.
That's right.
An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty.
Okay.
Indeed, a power of legend.
I'm pretty
I once
legendary.
said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? Not really
Death?
sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you, or something like that.
That cat is like staring at me hardcore.
Inescapable.
Oh, I thought it was
You can't
death.
choose
Okay.
who you are born to.
That's
And
true.
Once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
Are you,
Not as
Mother?
an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you.
Okay.
What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed. 'Tis his hands that bear our fate.
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the Ascension of Kings.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? I always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside.
What's crazy
one
is that
Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing.
I gotta fight Luis for a third time.
Living in a shared world.
Okay.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
About the new stuff
fire in me eyes.
learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing?
Oh my god, what?
Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
All right.
Hey, where am I going?
This place here.
Let's move.
Oh.
Ugh, come. Let's move.
You see?
Yeah. After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths.
What new powers did the group get? I got new powers.
Has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Hold on a
Well
second,
then,
guys.
let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an
Hold on,
unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elven village. I confirmed his death. Yet, it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more... The boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently, and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
This guy's annoying.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reeve.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I'll tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You've seen Count Luis lie to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about?
Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Foden.
Ow. Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now.
but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace.
This guy really just thinking he just tough hot.
O King,
huh?
Stubborn and deathless. This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O King. The truth behind the royal magic.
Oh, we're not gonna hear it?
Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Well, they said he was a boy in that village, so yeah.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Oh snap, we about to just go grab it?
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Tran.
Alright, but I just got this class, so this can't be the end of the game already.
Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to...
Hulkenberg will kill somebody if they touch me.
Enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns. Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an imposter, just like Count Luis said. You'll not fool us again, beast.
Out of this, Spurs.
Calm down. At least listen.
Uh-oh, hold on.
And you. Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him. Scum. Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam.
I mean, they could just fight him. I'll fight him.
Lady Juno, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince? I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief. Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame. Mustari girl. You ungrateful pagan. Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you. How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
Just go for it, swing!
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi, over here! Don't bother with them. No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
Should've just fought him.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before.
Optics.
The royal capital's populace is unused to
Just
danger,
like
so
in
they
real
become
life.
suspicious of each other.
About the
How
truth
fares
on
your
things.
neighbor?
It's
Do
how
you
it
run in
looks.
circles with monsters in disguise are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that.
Haha, mad, but I like it.
To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. Yeah, I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Nothing gonna give me
All right.
Okay. So, I need to go eat and stuff. I am sorry. This was a lot. Look at info down at the end. I won't do anything.